really miss one of my biggest loves, and that is to read. Hello, welcome to Desi Doll Diaries. I'm Sheetal and this is my Newbie Booktube tag. No, this is my Booktube Newbie tag. I think that's it. Today I would love for you to help me decide on whether I should create a separate channel for Booktube or whether I should continue to make bookish videos on this channel, which is very new, but ultimately it's more of a lifestyle video, which, I mean, reading is part of my lifestyle, but I don't know whether to have a separate one just for books or just for reading, or to just incorporate it into this channel itself. My initial thoughts are to just begin with having it on this channel and just see where the journey takes me. As I mentioned, this is a new channel, so I'm still getting used to filming myself and talking to you guys. So please bear with me if there will be some errors. I'm just going to dive straight into it and just go through some questions that I've managed to find on the internet. There's not one standard format I'm following, so yeah, I'm just going to literally just go through any questions that I come across. The first question is, why did you start this channel? Now, all the questions I answer in this tag are going to be as if this is just a Booktube channel because it just makes sense. The reason I am starting this channel is simply because I missed one of my oldest, truest loves, which is reading. And that may sound a bit strange, but I have loved reading for as long as I can remember. As a little girl, I used to go to the library with my mum and pick out as many books as I could each time we visited. I never got through all of them, but I just loved being immersed in the world of books. At school, I feel it was a bit more of a love-hate relationship simply because some of the text that was part of the syllabus I didn't really enjoy and other books I did. So coming out of school, I guess I wasn't reading as much as I would have liked to, but I did carry on reading. It was only really when I started working and socializing more that I guess I didn't have enough time to read. Anyway, I still continued reading because it brings me so much joy, up until the point that I became a mother. And as much as I love being mum, it does take away a lot of the time you have to yourself. As my children started getting older, I found a bit more time to read, and at the beginning of this year, I had set myself a goal to read 2 books a month, which I know does not sound a lot, which isn't a lot, but for me it was a big deal because going from really not being able to read at all, or possibly like just finding pockets of time to read here and there, but there'd be such a big gap between those pockets that sometimes I'd just have to reread from the beginning, other than on holidays. I think holidays were probably the only time I'd get a chance to read, but again, it would be times where if we're not in the pool as a family and if it's not meal times, it would just be those small pockets of time where I was able to sunbathe, or if the little one was napping. Anyway, I'm going off. What I'm trying to say is, at the beginning of the year, I set myself a goal to read 24 books this year, and I have not reached that goal. So to answer the question, the reason I am starting this channel is so that I can become more accountable and more disciplined with my reading. And instead of finding pockets of time to read, I will now be scheduling in time to read. And I feel that having a Booktube video will help me with that. What are some of the fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I guess I don't have any specific genre that I like to read. I like a bit of everything except for horror, and I'll come back to that. But I guess that can make it a bit fun just to mix it up. Horror is a big no for me. I don't know why, and it never used to be an issue. I used to love watching horror movies, but over the years I found that they really stuck with me and I couldn't sleep at night, and I can't watch movies anymore. And I just know that reading horror would be even worse because it's obviously what I can conjure up in my mind. And I don't want to read that kind of darkness because it's just not where my heart is at. But other than that, I can't think of any genre really that I wouldn't be open to exploring. And also, I always believe in never say never. Maybe I would if one day go back to horror, but I don't see it being any day soon. What else can I do to make it fun? I love shopping, retail therapy, and exploring. So I guess you can expect vlogs of me going to different bookstores and libraries and book events as well. That would be quite fun. And what else? I'm not sure. Why don't you tell me? I know that's a bit of cheat. I feel like I'm asking you to answer my questions for me. But what would you find fun in a booktube video? And as for unique, I guess me. What are you most excited about for this channel? Oh, I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is joining the Booktube community. I've seen so many videos from different people because, as I said, I like different genres, and I can't say I've been disappointed in a single one. It just feels so homely watching the videos. I love getting ideas and recommendations of what to read. I love reviews. I like hearing other people's opinions on books and characters and plots. It's just a whole vibe that I can't wait to be a part of. Why do you love reading? Reading by far is my favorite form of escapism, as well as a wonderful form of education and another way of boosting my creativity. What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think staying consistent with my reading, to be honest. I get distracted very easily, but I think that's why it's probably an ideal time for me to start now. And I did initially think that possibly if I wait till the new year, then it's a new start, fresh start. But why not just start now? So I will be starting my reading journey again. I mean, I never gave up the reading journey, really. It was just on a long hiatus. Anyway, I will start again, and like I said, I think it's just been more consistent on filming myself and editing the videos to update. But I also think that as the community and channel grow, that it will just be more motivating and rewarding to do so. Where do you read? I read here on my sofa. I used to love reading at night time. I can only really do that now if I'm reading on my phone because my young daughter sleeps in the same room as me, so I don't like having any type of light on while she's sleeping. I'm in the process of updating my studio upstairs, in which I've got a new daybed / sofa, which I think would be a really nice little reading nook. And I also want to start just reading in cafes, bookshops, the park when the weather gets a bit better, and yes, just creating those kind of bookish vibes wherever I can. What kind of books do you like to read? As I mentioned, I don't really have any genres in particular. Types of, did it say kind of book? What kind of books? I don't know if by kind of books it means the format of the book or the genre, but I'll answer for both. Format-wise, I love a good old-fashioned paperback. However, I am also about convenience. So if I am out and about and I haven't taken my book with me, or like I said, if I'm in bed, then I can either read from my phone, although I'm trying to cut down on having a screen before bedtime, in which case I can listen to a story. So paperback, hardback, e-format. Is it called e-format? Just an ebook or audiobook. I love them all, but my favorite will, I think, always just be a good old paperback. And as for genre, like I said, I don't have anything in particular. I'm open to most. I am a cheerleader for love, so romance is right up my street. I love comedy, so if there's any kind of rom-com in terms of reading, that's ideal for me. I love a bit of mystery and thriller. Sci-fi, I wouldn't say no to. I'm trying to think of the last sci-fi book I read. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of the last sci-fi I've read. I love a bit of fantasy. And I also enjoy non-fiction as well, whether it's an autobiography. I love productivity books, spirituality. Like I said, I'm open to a lot. What does your book collection look like? My book collection is all over the place at the moment. I have got some in my studio, I've got some in my room, I've got some in my daughter's room, I've got some down in the kitchen. I've got books everywhere, so I can't really show you the collection. In this video, I think I'll focus more on introducing myself and my love for reading, and I'll go more specific into books, I think, in another video. I think that's the majority of the questions that I could find. Thinking about it now, I probably should have looked at a few other videos and then maybe taken questions from those. I still need to sit down and work out how I'm going to plan out my TBRs, learning the lingo. But on the monthly list, there will definitely be a fiction, a non-fiction, I wonder if I'll have a series that doesn't fall into that. Classics would be good as well. I may make one of those jars I've seen. They look quite cute to help me decide. I think I'll leave it there for now. I have got a bit more to think about and plan for the next videos, which will be up very soon. But if you do have any tips, any advice, any questions, then I would love for you to get in touch. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.